right, look at who we found here. We are here in San Diego with the famous 741X. Now, how do you pronounce your name for everybody?
My name is Wouter-jan.
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 Yeah.
Okay. That is not how I was pronouncing it in any updates, so I apologize.
Yeah, that's all good.
All right, so let's ask a few questions here. Where are you from, and where do you live now?
So I'm from the Netherlands, Hoevelaken, a small town, and I live now in Queensland in Australia.
Oh, yeah, banana bender, mate.
Banana bender.
And then your mate here, where are you from?
I'm originally from Sydney, Australia. So over here, helping Dutchie out with the race. And I was just chasing him on my bike more or less the whole way. So it's a good adventure.
All right, and how old are each of you guys?
I'm 31 and he's 30.
31?
33.
33.
Yeah.
Are you a married couple or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not far
Yeah.
off, you know how it is in this day and age.
Yeah, especially in Queensland, mate. Yeah.
Luckily,
Oh,
I'm in
he's in
Sydney.
Sydney.
Oh,
Long distance.
darling
relationship.
harbour, mate, huh? Yeah.
So
I did live with him for a while, so
Does he go all right?
yeah.
Yeah, good.
when did you start riding bikes? Obviously, this was not your first time ever riding a bike, right?
No, I started riding bikes when I was maybe 8 or 9, but that only took for a couple of years. I think I sold that bike when I was 12 and never really rode any motocrosses, just ripping around on paddocks, and yeah, you couldn't really say there's any riding. But and then I think I bought a bike when I was 20 again, and didn't ride it that much. But the last couple of years, when I was up in Australia, so I've been there 4 years, I've been riding heaps. And that's
What made you go to Australia, mate? What made you move there?
Well, I went there when I was 20 for the first time, and now the last 4 years I just went back and checked if I still liked it, and I do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just
Did
the
you do racing?
space. And
Did you do racing in Australia too, or no?
not too much. I joined a few races, but not really.
Yeah. What do you do there?
Work with Wireless Solutions Australia, and I do design work for antenna systems, like mobile phone reception
You're quite smart then.
No, I wouldn't say that, but
Yeah. Shit.
Well, he just raced the Baja 1000 solo. He can't be
Yeah,
that smart.
That's a really dumb thing to do, mate.
So what made you come and do the Baja 1000? I think you did it with him before, right? Like, tell us the story. How did you first find out about the Baja 1000, and why did you want to come do it?
Well, it's a shame, mate. He rang me up and was like,
You were looking for Shane at race mile 11:28. He was nowhere to be seen, was he?
huh?
You were looking for him?
Oh, yeah.
No good, was he?
Nah,
No.
I was no good. I didn't know where I was.
You're blowing bubbles.
I seen a road crossing. It's like, oh, this might be it. But I was way further. Oh, he was way further. He already told me, but I didn't know.
So he came and did it, and you did it with him 1 year, or you did?
No.
chasing with him?
So yeah, we swapped roles now. So he done it back in 2019.
So you soloed it?
And
Yeah. Ironman?
Yeah.
Oh, 2 Ironmans sitting here.
So 2019, you Ironman
And he
the whole
came
Baja
second,
1000, and you
He came
chased
second,
for
too.
it.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty. And now this year, you soloed it, and he chased for you on a bike the whole time.
Yeah.
So you both Ironmaned it this year as well, except he wasn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
He cheated. He got the
I had
DQ.
easy job, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
So you were riding your bike chasing him, not in a truck.
No, that's correct. Yeah, I was just on the bike. I started at about 4 a.m. in the morning, so about 2 hours after him, and then was just chasing him along the main roads. And I rode a little bit off-road, but not too much. I had all the saddlebags and shit on the back of the bike, and I had to stop at all the Oxos and Pemexes to grab gas. I was just trying to keep in front of him the whole way and keep dragging his ass through the race, you know, and make sure everything's good. And if something went wrong, I could get out to him on my bike and hopefully fix his bike. So we had every spare part essentially known to man for that bike. It's just getting out there and getting it up. We didn't have any truck or nothing, but it was a very simple setup. But yeah, it worked. It got him to the finish.
Yeah.
So just to clarify things here, we got probably Mark McMillan's probably walking the door here. He probably had about 38 chase trucks, about 1 million people, and a couple of drivers. And you blokes just went and Ironman the longest peninsula race apart from the 2000 model, but 2 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
So tell us about the bike. Everybody wants to know about the bike. You bought the bike off of basically like a Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or something, right?
Yeah. That's it.
And it was used. Well, what is the actual bike?
It's a KTM 500 from 2015,
Okay.
and it looked pretty stock. Yeah, it was pretty stock. Anyways, he done the suspension on it, I guess, and it had 70 hours on it when I bought it.
Yep.
And it's at 172 now. So we've done 100 hours in like 3 weeks or
3
something.
weeks, yeah.
So you bought the bike, and then you decided that you two were going to go on an adventure on the way down and ride the bike down. So on the way down, you didn't just take the highway, right? Did you actually go on parts of the course and on the dirt on the way down and stuff?
Yeah. We try to follow the dirt most of the times, and we hit some hot springs on the way and.
Hot Springs.
Hot springs.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Yeah, pretty
Romantic?
good. Yeah, very romantic.
Very cozy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Good.
You got a bit too romantic at something.
Did it? Hey. Oh. So you have to go to the old doctor? No?
Did you guys stay in hotels or did you camp or how did you?
A bit of both, like 50-50 sort of.
So you
I
had a
think
tent
it'd end
with
up like 6 days camping, and we copped a bit of rain along the way too, so we jumped in a hotel straight away. But yeah, sort of 50-50.
you? Awesome. So when you got down to La Paz, the bike obviously had already done over 1,000 miles going down, really. So
Yeah.
did you prep it? Did you have parts down there to put on it? Did you send parts? Like, what did you do for parts once you got there?
We sort of knew what we needed to do because he ran the race back in 2019. So we set it up while we were still in San Diego.
Yep.
We went over to Bike Dan and didn't really have any problems going down. And
So you thought, she'll be right, let's run it.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, what did you have to do to it when you got to La Paz, though?
Well, we ended up breaking the subframe. Probably I never crashed it, but because of the saddlebags.
Because all the extra weight that you have for your guys' camping gear and everything.
Loops and all that sort of shit to be
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
The weight on the back of the bike, the rear guard was pretty much just folding into the tyre.
Yeah.
And then, when we got down there and pulled the bike apart, it was broken into 3 pieces pretty much. So had to race around and get it welded back together to make the start. And then a couple other things, the tyres didn't show up in time. So that was a bit of a drama as well.
It looked pretty bald, the one that was on there at some stage on a few bloody
What was that
social
bald tire
media
that we
sites.
saw in one of the pictures? Is that just from riding it down there?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I wouldn't know which.
Were you doing skids for the girls at the hot springs? Or?
Nah, not really.
No?
There wasn't
No?
any.
Oh.
Just
No girls?
us. Nah.
Oh, shit. That's
That's
romantic, isn't it? Jeepers.
Did you have a problem passing tech? What happened when you got to tech?
Well, the tires for one thing, and
They said they were too bald.
yeah, pretty much. It's a lot of
What, really?
No,
Tread on them?
they look
Let you
pretty
race
good
on no
still.
tread, huh?
Still had enough grip for me. But yeah, and the quick fuel thing.
What,
the
fuel
dry,
thing?
dry
dry brake?
Oh, yeah.
A dry brake is a requirement, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
that what
it is.
So you didn't have a dry brake on
No.
your tank?
So you needed a wee redhead.
Right?
Needed a redhead or something, dry brake.
Yeah, you needed a dry brake
The
tank.
redhead.
Redhead was after the hot springs, wasn't it? Yeah.
So how did you get that? Did you find a tank down there, or what did you do for that?
No, I didn't end up needing it. They let me pass without that one, luckily. But
okay.
And I was after a sat phone.
A sat phone?
Yeah.
That was a requirement this year.
Yeah.
Well, who were you going to call? You're
Not-
gonna call
Yeah.
him?
Probably Ghostbusters at this
He doesn't
stage.
have a sat phone.
No
You
one really.
can call nobody, I guess.
Yeah. So luckily we didn't use that one. But
You could call Weatherman, he was watching.
yeah. That was the idea of that one, I guess. But and what else did we need? Yeah, nothing really. Just I was after the tires, and I gave them. I bought them up here in San Diego, and gave them off to the Baja pits.
Yep.
And Carlos helped me send them down. It was just a bit of communication mishap that they ended up at a pit instead of the La Paz itself.
Yeah.
So
Well, the tyres ended up at a pit.
yeah.
Oh,
the
shit.
tires that
So
you sent
that
down.
was something the story.
So the tires that were supposed to go to La Paz ended up at the Baja pits.
Yeah.
In one of their pits.
Exactly.
So you had no tire to put on at the start of the race.
Yeah. Oh no, they came back on the actual tag. Oh, I was too late for the tag day, anyways.
On tech day, they got there the last second or something.
Yeah.
basically?
So I had like 7 hours before the race, and I just put them on then.
Okay. So
And
yeah, so you got the tires on at the last second. You barely passed tech with just a couple hours to go.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
When did you pass tech at midnight or something? And the start was at 1 a.m.
Oh, that's a long day.
An hour before the start of the race, you passed tech. So things are off to a great start.
Yeah.
And your tyre looked particularly second-hand at race mile 1100 odd. It was like split and the spokes were starting to fall off.
Yeah, the tyre.
We zip-tied them up though.
Yeah, the tyre was fine. The rim was a bit shitty.
Yeah, she was a bit second-hand, wasn't she?
Yeah, but she made it.
So did you have any kind of chase plan, or what was your plan during the race? Were you just going to go to Baja pits and get fuel, or what was your plan for during the race?
Yeah, get fuel from them for sure.
Yeah.
And just meet up. Shane planned the whole thing, where we could meet, and So just stick to that plan. And
did you hit any pubs on the way down, mate?
No, unfortunately not.
No? Well, that's a bit unusual for an Aussie, mate.
Yeah, I was on my best behaviour.
Bit bloody disappointed, to be honest.
I didn't have my first beer till mile 1100, and I was like, he's on the home straight now.
Oh, yeah, good.
Can crack a couple, but
Couple of coldies, mate, couple of Tims.
Yeah, by that point I'd already been awake for probably 42 hours, so I was feeling
Would have done a good job then. Yeah, perfect.
So once the race started, did you have any idea that people were even talking about what you were doing?
No, when the race started, nothing came in. But I guess later in the race, maybe halfway or something, it started to.
Now you might not be so lonely in the hot springs, mate.
Yeah.
So when people were just randomly waving into you into their pits because they knew what was going on, but you didn't. Did you think that was kind of weird, or did you think that was like, were you stoked on that, or like, what do you think when random people are just waving at you and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I guess that was just normal at the start, anyways.
Yeah, after the start, like when they're trying to help you along the way, just people that you don't even know.
Yeah, well, it was a bit funny that they had signs made up with my race number. That was a bit odd, like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
and they're holding up the fuel cans like, I don't need fuel, I got enough.
Yeah, you had fuel at every pit, basically.
Like, if I stopped everywhere, I couldn't really finish the race anyways, I guess.
We saw you stop for tacos and stuff at some random people's pits. How was the tacos?
Oh, yeah, I guess Shane took me, bought some tacos for me.
Yeah.
So that was sort of planned. I was thinking he was sitting there and drinking beer and eating tacos, so I was keen to join in, but he didn't do that. But
I didn't let him sit down at the restaurant.
No.
Make sure he kept moving.
Yeah. So quick question. So in 2017, I drove the whole way down in a truck, right? Not like you, pretty easy. But I started hallucinating at about 35 hours in. It was like having a good night on the mushrooms. How did you get on? Did the cactus start looking like Ferris wheels and stuff?
Yeah. Sure.
How far in did you get before you started getting a little loopy, you think?
I'm not too sure, But
it's bizarre though, isn't it? It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like, but I guess that it already starts pretty quick at night that you see stuff.
Yeah.
But I reckon I've seen Shane standing left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And like people just everywhere. You see me in rocks. And
He is a good-looking bloke, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
So did you ever think of giving up during the race? Like, were you ever like, I'm done? Like,
not really. No.
No?
I was.
Giving up's not an option. Simply not.
Right?
It's never mentioned.
Never mentioned.
Yeah.
He could be an Aussie battler, mate. Eh?
So you never thought about it. Did you take a nap at any point? Like, did you stop taking a nap?
That was at the BF Goodrich pit 7.
BF Goodrich pit?
Yeah, and that's where we took a nap. Oh, I took a nap.
Yeah.
For like an hour, I think.
Okay.
And I definitely needed it back there. Yeah.
Awesome. So once you started going and you're going through all these pits, what made you keep going? Or did you just want to you didn't want to give up because you knew he had done it before, right?
Yeah.
So you can't let your buddy do it and you not make it, right?
Nah, he would have given me a shit ton of shit.
Well, fair enough, too.
Yeah, fair enough.
His life if he didn't.
He had to finish. He had no option,
choice,
right?
man. He was finishing one way or another.
Yeah, you don't want to do it again.
No.
So,
once it's good, eh?
Yeah, once it's good. Oh, maybe who knows? But
Oh, hey, who knows? Who knows?
So if you could go back and do anything different, what would be like one thing you would do different? Is there anything you would do different?
Oh, I don't know. I'm finished. I'm happy.
Yeah. Well,
for the next time, we'll do different maybe, but for this one it's fine.
Did you go out quite quick, mate? Because looking at the old tracker there, you were like coming second for the first 400 or 500 miles.
Yeah, you were in second place.
Did you get out there quite excited?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Maybe a bit too much.
A little too much.
Yeah, maybe, who knows. Yeah.
What was the hardest part of the course? Do you remember? Like, what was the most gnarly part of the course?
Oh, yeah, that was just before that BF Goodreach 7 pit, I think, Catavinia area.
Catavinia, the loop below Catavinia.
Yeah, and silt beds and with all the trucks coming through there. That's where you really slowed up a lot and fatigue set in.
And like shitty little rocks everywhere. And just couldn't get in the flow. And I guess I've been on the bike for
pretty busy in there,
25 hours already. So.
That was another question. What's it like being passed by a trophy truck? A lot of people have never ridden and been passed by a trophy truck. What's that like?
It's right in the dark.
Because you can see him coming,
You can see him coming, and you just straight away you jump off the track.
What about during the day? Did you get passed by any during the day?
Yeah, but luckily that was through the Matomi Wash.
Oh,
yeah. And it was quite
slow
wide.
down there and wide.
Yeah, and they have like funny horns too.
Yeah,
funny horns, mate. Hey?
Yeah, well, funny ones, like funny. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Like the Dukes of Hazzard or something.
You might have been hallucinating quite early in the race, mate.
So the first one actually, I thought it was a bird. Like, that's pretty funny. And then the bird got loud and like, that's a bit odd. And then
it's quite a big bird.
Yeah. And then he just passed me flat out. I'm like, all right. But luckily there was another line. And after that, someone beat me on the Stella device. And that was the first time that happened, so I didn't know what it was. So by the time
Did you not go to the Stella briefing, mate?
He was working on the bike.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What's the one?
Take the fifth.
But
so it told you someone was coming behind you.
Yeah. So it lines up, but by the time I looked down, he was already beside me. So
Gone.
Yeah.
Well, you made it all the way, and when you got to the finish, were you surprised to see how many people were there? Because it was 1:30 in the morning, I think, about when you finished.
Yeah.
And there was more people there at the finish when you were there at 1:30 than there was all the night prior to that.
Oh,
so you probably don't know the difference, but were you surprised with the amount of people that were there? When you got there?
Yeah. I was surprised. I was happy too. At least I finished with people around.
Yeah.
So
was he there?
He was there for a bit.
You make it to the finish?
Yeah, I just showed up quickly and said, "Oh yeah, you made it. See ya."
Yeah.
I went looking for a feed and
Back to the pub, mate.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pub was already shut. We knew where we was, but it's a bit crooked. So.
Well, next time maybe finish a little earlier for him.
Yeah.
That's a bit disappointing, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. It was the plan to be at the pub at 8, but
at least you had one sort of plan together, right? Let's go. Make sure we're at the pub by 8.
Well, what's your plans now? You're going back to Australia? Do you have a next race? Are you coming back to race the Baja again? What's your plans?
Well, we already talked about maybe coming back in 2 years and maybe trying to do it in a team. But
on the Peninsula run?
Is it no, prefer the loop race probably. But and the next race, the only one I know is Romanex.
Okay.
Enter that one.
So you're a little bit famous now. You've had a bit of light in the old limelight. Have you had any green card propositions?
Oh no, not yet.
Really?
No.
What about yourself, mate? Are you a married man?
I'm married, so.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, my wife's at home in Sydney.
And you're a single man?
Yeah, I'm single.
So far.
Oh, there you go.
Got a couple of days to go.
Yeah. How long are you in San Diego for? When are you leaving?
I'm leaving Thursday afternoon. So.
Leaving on Thursday. Okay.
So what was that day and a half?
What are you going to do with the bike? Do you have any plans for the bike, or what's going on with the bike?
Well, I heard there was a few people after it, so if they want to buy it, they can buy it for the right price. But
he's a Dutchman. It's going to be a high price. High price. Tight like a tiger.
We have had a couple of people ask if the bike was for sale, so that's why I was asking. So the bike is for sale for the right price.
Yeah. But I'll guess I'll keep it and then do the next bar on it, and maybe later on, probably a trip to South America or something.
Dakar. We're talking Dakar.
Yeah, not on that one, I guess.
So if someone wanted to Ironman the Baja 1000 on a bike, what would you tell them? What's like your top 2 tips or something that you have for them?
I don't know. Jump on a KTM 500. That's the main thing, I guess. Oh, just ride what you know, really. And
is there any way they can prepare for anything that would make it easier on them, or anything they can practice or do just to make it easier if they're thinking about doing it, or just go do it?
Yeah, just ride a lot, and yeah, I'm not sure what you can do to prepare yourself for this.
Yeah.
But
You gotta have lips harder than a woodpecker, don't you? Eh?
yeah, pretty much. But I know. Yeah.
You blokes better tell us about this Chocolate Mountain Ranch. I hope it doesn't mean what it sounds like, but what goes on there?
On your hats? Yeah.
Hats and shirts and
Yeah, so that's where we're staying, and it's it's a ranch with avocados and what is it?
how do you know that bloke? Did he,
They're friends of mine
Yeah.
from when I was running a dirt bike tour company in Romania. Just old customers, which are now good friends, and whenever I'm in San Diego, I stay
they
with them.
put you up
They
there?
look after me. They got a pretty cool facility.
Perfect.
Up there. So awesome. Thanks to the McCarthys for having us. Me and Dutchie, we really appreciate it. So everybody helps out a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
That's another question. What nickname? So Dutchie, is that your nickname?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So what did you call him? You
The
remember?
Flying Dutchman.
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, which is actually a boat, but it's now him.
Yeah. Well, it became a bike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I think your story is pretty awesome. It really inspired a lot of people, and there's a bunch of people behind us that I think probably want to say hi. So why don't we go say hi to everybody, and thanks for talking to us.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see you guys both again,
Yeah,
Cheers.
will
Yeah,
do.
mate.
and maybe team up and race a different class. You guys are saying next time, right?
That's the plan, for sure. Get amongst it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, guys, and good luck. We'll see you
Thank you.
soon.
I could tell. Cheers. Good to meet you, man. Can we get back here?
Thanks everyone for supporting me.
They ended bad.
And I couldn't think this. Yeah, I didn't think this would happen, but yeah, thanks
We didn't
everyone.
think you'd finish.
No.